Hello. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to be more authentic in everyday conversations. So I love authentic relating as a practice. I love going to workshops. I love facilitating workshops. And it always strikes me that it's one thing to have an experience in workshops, but how do you then translate those skills into everyday life, into the conversations that you're having with friends, family, stranger at a coffee shop. So I have some top tips for you. The first one is to be the change that you want to see. So often when I talk to people about wanting more authenticity, transparency, and vulnerability in their relationships, there's a sense of like needing that to come from the other person. And I want to just kind of remind you that being vulnerable, like opening yourself up, revealing something about yourself is risky. And for me, there's something really powerful when I'm with somebody who role models that for me, and sort of leads by example and tells me that this is okay. This is a connection where it's okay to be more of yourself. So if you want that more from other people, then you need to be the one you need to take responsibility for that, and you need to be the one who's initiating that. My second tip is to ask more interested questions if you want more interesting answers. A saying in authentic relating, we talk about never having a boring conversation again. And I think that's true. Like, I think every single human being on this planet is interesting. They all have different lives, different lived experiences from me. And so the onus isn't on them to perform and to be interesting. The emphasis is on me to get interested, to ask questions that help people come alive. And what is the thing that I would really like to hear from this person? So get more interested in other people if you want more interesting answers coming back. And I think as much as I say that it's it's your responsibility to lead and to role model the kind of the levels of vulnerability and transparency that you want to see, it's also something really important here about honoring other people's boundaries and where they are. Even with all of the authentic relating, facilitating practice that I've done over the last few years, there are still days, still moments where I hate being asked how I feel. My husband will, what's that like for you? I'm like, don't authentically relate me right now. So if you're attempting this, if you're trying to ask more interested questions, if you're trying to lead with more transparency and vulnerability, and you're not getting anything back, respect the no. Other people do not need to change in order for you to have the experience that you want to have. So if somebody doesn't want to, that is totally valid. And that brings me to kind of like my if in doubt, is that to come back to the 5 practices. So authentic relating is based on 5 practices: welcome everything, assume nothing, reveal your experience, own your experience, and honor self and honor other. And for me, these are a really useful framework for navigating first my relationship with myself and my own experience, and then with other people. So coming back to the practice of welcoming everything, that means welcoming people exactly as they are, with the skills and the ways of communicating that they have. And the more that I have tried to change people to relate to me in a way that I want to, the more resistance there is. As soon as I can show other people the love, the compassion, the acceptance that I am wanting from them. Sorry, I'm totally distracted by the cat. The more I'm able to do that for other people, the more likely it is that I am going to get the types of connection that I'm looking for, because I am meeting people where they're at. I'm meeting myself where I'm at. So if in doubt, always come back to the 5 practices, starting with welcome everything and finishing with honor self and honor other. And then finally, I really want to speak to the importance of practice. Okay. So often I see people coming to like a single workshop, or they do, you know, a 2-day training, and they're like, cool, that's me, I'm done. Yeah. Authentic relating is an embodied practice. It requires spaces and opportunities where you can make mistakes and you can calibrate to the edge of your learning zone. Okay? It also requires application. Just doing it in workshop settings might feel nice, but doesn't actually really change your life. But by the same token, if the only thing you do is doing this in real life, you never get any better. You're not actually practicing the skills. So please find time to be in practice mode, whether that is with a friend or going to a workshop, or, you know, Authentic Relating International run free community calls every week across different time zones. So go practice. Yeah, be in a place where you can actually get better, where you can make mistakes, you can get more familiar and more comfortable with these skills in yourself, so that you can go out and use them in your relationships in the world. So those are my top tips for creating more authentic, transparent, vulnerable, and trustworthy connections in your life. Be the change that you want to see. Ask more interested questions. Respect other people's no's. Come back to the 5 practices, and please, please, please practice. Okay. Well, I will see you next time. If you've got any comments, questions, please pop them below in the chat. I'm really happy to talk about this more. All right, take care and see you next time.